We welcome you back here to the River City Hardball Podcast presented by DBAT Jacksonville. I'm your host, Andrew Gibson. Always a pleasure to welcome in a few guys from the Coastal Collegiate Baseball League, and they are part of the Stingrays. Joining us tonight is left-hander Jalen Hollins and his teammate Micah Barkenhagen, also with us on the podcast tonight. Guys, appreciate you jumping on. Micah, you're in the car going somewhere. Where are you headed to tonight?
Yes, sir. I'm driving back to McClenny right now, back to the RV camp that I'm staying at with my parents, actually.
That's pretty cool. Jalen, how are you tonight, man? Are you having fun in this CCBL?
Oh, I'm having a blast. I got good teammates. It's a good vibe, and it's a little hot, but I'd rather play it in the heat than the cold.
Jalen, tell us about your background. You're originally from North Carolina. You go to Marshall University in West Virginia. Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm from Wake Forest, North Carolina. Out of high school, I was committed to University of Greensboro, but that ain't the coaches, they left, so I ended up coming to Jacksonville. I went to JU my first 2 years, had a blast here, and then I decided to go somewhere else, went to Marshall, and that's the main reason why I felt like I wanted to come back to Florida. So that's really how I found this league, to be honest, because I wanted to play somewhere in Florida, and I found out this is a good league for you to just get your work in, get the reps you need to order just to be prepared back in the fall.
So you're familiar already with Jacksonville?
Yeah, I was here for 2 years, freshman year and sophomore year.
All right, very good. And Micah, you've got a unique story. You're originally from California, grew up in Colorado, went to community college in Seattle. Tell us a little bit about it.
Oh yeah, man. It's been quite a ride since I got out of high school. So, not your traditional story, but out of high school, I was actually committed to Cypress College in Southern California with Scott Pickler over there and Anthony Hudding. But that was like the same because I graduated in 2020, so that was like the same year as COVID. So they basically they just kind of banged our season, or they didn't bang it, but they just they limited our season. It was just kind of expensive going out there. So I went over to Ottawa University in Arizona, and then I was a redshirt. That was the year I redshirted, was at Ottawa. And then I played my first year of ball last spring. And then, I felt like since I had 1 year and I was in an NAIA, which the league was all right, but I felt like, I could go somewhere that would put me in a better position. So I got the opportunity to go to Grand Canyon. And then, same thing with Jalen, the coach left to USC. So I kind of got left in the dark over there. So I had to make a move, and then I wound up at Shoreline. So here I am.
And Shoreline's pretty interesting. The coach at Shoreline is Blake Snell's dad, right?
Yeah, Davey Jones. Yeah, it's my guy.
That's pretty cool. Did you ever see Blake Snell around the program? Did you ever face him? Anything like that?
Yeah, so I met Blake a couple of times. He would come into the facility. He would just watch us practice sometimes. I mean, before he went off to spring training. So it was a little bit earlier in the semester. But yeah, I met the guy. He's a really cool dude. I really wanted to face him, but didn't give me that opportunity. So it was unfortunate, but I got to see him pitch and all that. He's got some dirty stuff, especially looking at him super close up like that. Like his pitches are really good.
Yeah, Blake Snell, a very good lefty for the San Diego Padres. Lefty like you, Jalen. Tell us about your game. You're a left-hand pitcher. How did you get into baseball? Tell us that story.
I didn't really. I got into baseball when I would say I was 8 or 9 years old. I did a lot of other sports. I did karate, did basketball and soccer, and then one day I just wanted to try out baseball. Went to a little rec league. Fun fact: I wasn't really a pitcher, like a pitcher. So I would say 13, 14 years old. I bat righty, so I just played first, played outfield, and then someone was like, "Yo, you have a really good arm. Like you just to really try to take pitching a little more seriously." And then I started taking pitching a little more seriously, and then I was like, "Whoa, I think I can rock with this." long arms, good body, and I just have a pitcher's body. And being left-handed it's just really helpful, I would say.
What are you working with on the mound? What's your pitch mix that you're throwing out these days?
I got a four-seam, two-seam slider, and I'm working on a changeup. In this league, I'm really just trying to just attack hitters, work on my sequencing, and just working on getting ahead in the zone and working on like just getting outs as quick as possible.
Micah, with your unique background, growing up in Colorado, being from California, all these different places, how did you find this league in Jacksonville?
Yeah, so I was originally supposed to go to this different league. It was actually in West Virginia. They're called the Waynesboro Generals in the Valley League. And then something happened with my contract or something. So I was really just like looking for a spot to land for the summer. And so my dad did some research and he's like, well, there's this coastal collegiate league out here in Jacksonville, and we're not too far from there. So why don't you hit up Chris, the commissioner? So I was like, yeah, for sure. So I just gave Chris a call, left him a message, and then he gave me a call back and said I was ready to go. So I just made the move out here, just came out.
Micah, tell us a little bit about your game. Primarily an outfielder, can pitch a little bit too.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So, primary center fielder. I like to see myself as like a power hitter, but obviously, I've been working on just staying consistent, working on making solid contact, not trying to get too big with the ball because I know that was an issue for me for a little while. Because I know I have the power. So, but like in my head, I would always try to just hit tanks, but. These past 2 years, I've been really honing in my contact skills and just getting on base and showing off the wheels that I got. So just improving a little bit every day, I suppose.
Final moments here with you two guys, Jalen and Micah from the Coastal Collegiate Baseball League with the Stingrays. These two guys in their first year in the Coastal Collegiate Baseball League. Micah, would you recommend to anybody else that's interested in playing summer ball, would you recommend this league to somebody else?
Yes, sir. I would definitely recommend this league. Getting into when I first joined in, but yeah, there's a lot of solid guys, a lot of solid competition. I think it's a really good spot just to hone in your skills and become a better baseball player overall.
What about you, Jalen? Would you recommend this to somebody else?
Yeah, I think this is the perfect league if you're looking to really just take your game to the next level, but also like not take it too seriously because this league is about having fun as well. Like me and my teammates, we have fun, but we also get our work in. And I think that's the biggest thing that I would give advice if people wanted to come here because you're going to have a blast, but you're also going to get your work in like I'm doing myself.
Jalen, you've got a 20-second pitch clock in this league. How have you adjusted to that?
It's not too bad because I had to do it all last year at Marshall, but it's not that bad because it makes you just have a good tempo so your defense can be ready behind you, and you just have to be ready to go each pitch, have a routine, have a good deep breath, and get back on the mound as quick as possible.
Last thing for you guys, and I'll let you go. Micah, what's been off the field, something that you've gotten into, as far as fun goes in Jacksonville? Anything come to mind?
Wait, could you repeat that? I'm sorry. I think I'm driving through a little dead zone here. You were cutting in and out there.
That's all right. What have you gotten into off the field? Anything fun?
I've just been relaxing. I'm in McClenny, so I'm kind of far from all the boys, but we had a little team bonding experience over at Jack's Beach. I had a really good time there, and then yeah, man, just been really just chilling out, just trying to get extra work in off the field outside of the games, and yeah, just trying to enjoy my summer really.
Jalen, Jacksonville. What have you been into here while you've been here?
I mainly just been going to the beach. Sometimes I go to Top Golf. Sometimes I go to Town Center. It's good to have a balance with baseball in your life. And Jacksonville is a good place to do that because there's so many different little spots you can go to with the boys. And we have a good time. I have a good time here.
Jalen Hollins and Micah Barkenhagen, both of the Stingrays in the Coastal Collegiate Baseball League. Guys, continued success. Appreciate a few minutes of your time tonight.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you having me on, man.